Taylor Swift has carved out her path as one of the biggest pop stars of this generation. Although Taylor has successfully cemented herself as a pop artist that tends to have album tracks as equally strong as her singles, today we will be looking back on the singles alone that have come to define her career. Not promotional singles, not album tracks that have charted, no features, no re-recordings unless they are new songs, but singles that have been commercially released with Taylor Swift as a lead artist. Bad Blood. This is easily one of the most annoying songs of the 2010s decade. It is so whiny and juvenile and features awful songwriting. And the fact that this is supposed to be a diss track to Katy Perry, it is one of the lamest diss tracks I have ever heard, and it is so on the nose. Even Kendrick Lamar couldn't save it. Taylor Swift is just absolutely no good at playing the bad girl. You need to calm down. Such a poor and bad attempt at pandering. It is one of the most selfish attempts at being selfless I have ever heard in a song. She ties in the backlash she receives on Twitter and the snake emojis that flooded her Instagram in the Kanye drama into gay liberation. It is not revolutionary or progressive. It is simply bad with lyrics that are extremely cringeworthy. Too bad the lyrics suck because I actually really enjoy the bass and production on this song. Me. Lover is filled to the brim with bad Taylor Swift songs, and it probably has some of her most mediocre writing. I feel like a lot of the songs on this album could be passed around for vague pop stars. Like, I would rather take the stronger storytelling songwriting of her previous records than the songs here, which is just filled with so much empty melodrama. Me is Disney pop. This should have been a song for a kid's soundtrack, not a lead single for a veteran pop star on their 7th album. Ready for it. Yeah, rapping is just not her thing. The chorus isn't too bad though. Look What You Made Me Do. The Reputation album is also filled with some of her most mediocre work. The run from Reputation to Lover was a complete rut. Look What You Made Me Do is really only tolerable because of the music video. Besides that, it's a less than average song. Tim McGraw, her debut single, not sure why when there's much stronger songs on her debut. Me, I just can't take it seriously. It feels like I'm listening to a middle schooler. Message in a Bottle. Let's just say I understand why it was left off the original version of Red. Coney Island with the National, something I'll put on if I wanted to sleep. Also not a fan of the feature. Should have said no, it served its purpose for its time. Today Was a Fairy Tale sounds like a complete throwaway and background music for a movie, which it was. Eyes Open makes me want to keep my eyes shut. Fearless, the title track of her breakthrough album, is just so-so. Begin Again. Nice and pretty strong narrative songwriting, but the production just doesn't give much to be desired. I Don't Want to Live Forever. I think it's actually one of her more convincing, edgy songs. Her and Zayn complement each other. Betty, Twangy Taylor. Delicate, easygoing filler. Endgame. Endgame is actually not terrible, especially considering who the collaborators are. Never in this lifetime or the next one would I have expected Taylor Swift, Future, and Ed Sheeran to all team up. It isn't exceptional, but it isn't jarring either. I actually feel like Future has the best part of the song. Shake It Off. Shake It Off is basically Hey Mickey reprised with a slightly less annoying hook. The Man. The song is catchy, but I also feel like it's just one of those songs that tries to be important but fails. Some publications even claim that it's the most important song she's ever written. Give me a break, it is not. Cardigan. Cardigan is decent Lana Del Rey cosplay. New Year's Day. I like the melody and production on this song way more than her actual vocal performance. Hours. Hours is a cute sentiment, cute tune, not much else. Bet You Think About Me. Think About Me is a bluesy country track pulled from the re-recording of Red. Its lyrical content can easily be tied to present-day acts such as Olivia Rodrigo, an artist Taylor has had profound influence on, and this track particularly shows that Miss Swift hasn't quite gone out of style just yet. The Story of Us has an interesting concept, but the production just reminds me of the worst type of pop rock sound of the thousands. Our Song is a nice slice of Shania country pop. I Knew You Were Trouble. I like the song melody and the songwriting, but that dubstep drop has not aged well. We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. The birth of spoken word Taylor also takes a few cues from Shania Twain. It's one of her more childlike delivery songs that I actually don't mind. Picture to Burn. It's the first introduction to angry Taylor, and it's not so bad. Willow feels mystical, nice lyricism. 22, one of her first super pop outings, and it's nice, it's fun. Catchy hook, even though it sounds so similar to Pink's Raise Your Glass. White Horse, it's a peep into teenage Taylor's brain over a breakup, and it's pretty compelling. No Body, No Crime featuring Chaim. It's a throwback to Taylor's roots, and it reminds me a lot of Carrie Underwood. The narrative is a bit different though, it's about murder. The One, Stripped Back, The One That Got Away anthem. Out of the Woods, nice 80s inspired synth pop and a repetitive chorus that will certainly get drilled into your brain. Lover, the title track from Lover is one of the few highlights from the album, and it's almost like a return to home for Taylor at that point in her career. Everything Has Changed. I believe Everything Has Changed is one of the best collaborations of her career. It's not too complicated, and it has a common place for Ed and Taylor to meet artistically and complement each other very well. Red. The title track of Red blends colorful lyricism with country Europop. And I think that's where the song ultimately sits on the fence for me. One half of me sort of enjoys the choppy vocal effects, and the other half thinks the song would be stronger without it. Teardrops on My Guitar. Tears is a wistful pop country track and really unravels Taylor's first heartbreak in her music. 15. 15 features strong diary-like storytelling about her best friend Abigail Anderson. It perfectly captures teenage innocence, ignorance, and heartbreak. Mine. Mine was a bit of a turn for Taylor at that point in time. She had heavily leaned into heartbreak and angst, and this song is a complete love song without complexity. You made a rebel of a careless man's careful daughter. Sparks Fly. Another cut from her solo pen third album Speak Now, features a compelling sing-along chorus. It's also a full-throttle dance country tune that is perfectly crafted. Blank Space. Blank Space saw Taylor incorporating more current sounds at that time. Elements of trap and electro-pop, a satirical take on Swift's dating life, and excellent pop songwriting has cemented itself amongst Taylor's best and most successful pop songs. Wildest Dreams. Wildest Dreams is good, dare I say great Lana Del Rey cosplay. Swift has drawn upon Lana Del Rey's image and sound for inspiration quite a few times throughout her career, but none have captured it quite like Wildest Dreams. From the head over heels infatuation with a bad boy, to the old-timey video paying homage to old Hollywood legends, and the breathy delivery, Lana's fingerprints are all over the track. Still somehow in the lyrics and delivery there's an obvious touch of Taylor that makes it a bit more personal to her as well. Lana was not and is still not a household name, so this song and style sounded very fresh within mainstream pop during that time, and it still holds up exceptionally well today. Back to December. Back to December is a glorious Swift heartbreak ballad. It was noted for its change in tone. Taylor was remorseful in the track. I'd say it's one of her first truly mature tracks from the beginning of her career. It's dark and gives off a wintry vibe while still sticking to her country roots. You Belong With Me. You Belong With Me is quintessential Taylor Swift. This is a song to me that foreshadowed her career as a pop giant. Yes, it is a rather innocent song, also not exactly groundbreaking on the production side of things, but it still captures teenage love and longing very well, while retaining the catchy songwriting that would eventually make her a colossal star. Love Story. Love Story is a go-to Swift tune. She tells the story of teenage love of Romeo and Juliet through her own lens. Her storytelling is vivid and precise, and she keeps the story going throughout the entire song while being pretty engaging. Style. The 80s truly never go out of style. Style stands as one of the better singles from 1989. The punchy synths, evocative lyrics, and guitar riff all elevate the song. It stands as one of her most perfectly crafted singles. New Romantics. Taylor Swift has never written a pop single quite this good or quite this perfect ever since its release. It's a bit odd how this song didn't even make the original cut of 1989 and was the last single from the 1989 era, when it is such a clear knockout, and it wasn't even really a hit, but more like a closing scene song. The lyrics write a generational theme about love lost and heartache. She uses we a lot, and the lyrics were set up to be this massive hit. But I suppose that is also the beauty in it. It is one of the few singles from 1989 that was not oversaturated in the media, so you can easily slip on headphones without being annoyed by it. But oversaturated or not, it is just a damn good song. The song calls upon great synth pop and new wave inspirations, such as the Human League and Duran Duran. It's probably the most effortless cool Taylor has ever sounded on a song. It's fun and encapsulates the best qualities of Taylor Swift, lyrically, personality-wise, and production-wise.